Hello everyone, I hope you all are well and having a good day so far. Today we're making tabbouleh or Tabbouleh. You may also know it as Lebanese salad or Middle Eastern salad. And basically it's a combination of finely chopped parsley, tomatoes, onions and mint and a little bit of grain. It is so tasty, and growing up I remember we used to make this for every occasion, and for a large big gathering we used to make up to like 10-15 large bunches of parsley. And every Middle Eastern family knows and remembers the entire family gets involved. One person cleans the herbs, another one chops the tomatoes, and your mom is always the one to chop the parsley. But we all get together to make this dish. I can't describe how much I love it, and today I am so excited to be making it with you. So before we get started on today's video, please be sure to subscribe to my channel down below, hit that thumbs up, and with all of that said, let's get to it. Now, first thing first, let me give you a rundown on the ingredients you need to make this salad. Now, authentic tabbouleh isn't so much of a grain salad as it is an herb salad with a little bit of a grain. So we need a lot of parsley. Parsley is the real star, and it's actually the #1 ingredient in this salad. That's why the salad is so green. And I like to use the Italian flat leaf parsley, but the curly parsley would work here as well. And you also need some fresh mint, tomatoes, and I like to use a combination of scallions and shallot. This is going to give our salad a nice oniony bite and texture. And we need some burgle. Now, if you're not familiar with this, I know sometimes people get it confused with couscous, but they're not the same. Couscous is actually a tiny pasta, but burgle is a cracked wheat that's been partially cooked and dried. And traditional tabbouleh is made with a super fine burgle, and it is soaked, not cooked. However, if you can't find this in your store, you can definitely use the coarse burgle. You just have to cook it first. Or you can use quinoa. Now, it's not going to be the same, but it will still be delicious. And lastly, for the bright, zesty dressing, we need some fresh lemon juice, extra virgin olive oil, and salt and pepper. Now, let's get chopping. Actually, before we get chopping, we need to work on our burgle first. So here I have about 1/4 of a cup of fine burgle. I'm going to put this in my tiny bowl. And now I'm going to cover it with water and set it aside. After just a few minutes, my burgle has absorbed all the water, which is perfect. You don't want to add too much water because then you're going to have to drain it and really squeeze out all the excess amount of water. But this is perfect. You want to leave some room in the burgle to be able to absorb some of the lemon juice and the dressing in the salad, so we don't end up with a soggy tabbouleh. So now I'm going to transfer my burgle into my mixing bowl. And now I'm going to cover my burgle with a little bit of lemon juice so it continues to get more tender and more fluffy, and then we're going to build our salad. And now we're going to move on to chop our tomatoes. And I really recommend you use the most red and the most flavorful tomatoes that you can find. If you're making this when tomatoes aren't in season, cherry tomatoes are your best bet. And I'm just going to use my sharp knife to cut the tomatoes into a very small tiny pieces. And now I'm going to transfer my tomatoes into the mixing bowl. And now I'm going to finely dice my onion. Now we're going to transfer the onions. And next I'm going to dice my parsley. So to prepare the parsley, you're just going to grab a small bunch like this. And you can cut off the thick stems, but the thin stems, don't worry about them. I cut them right into my salad because they offer a very good flavor and texture. I usually cut off the ends, the very tips, so I have all my parsley at almost the same length, and now I can start dicing. And I know there's a lot of parsley and a lot of chopping in this recipe, but I still highly recommend you use a sharp knife and you do it by hand. Don't use the food processor because the food processor really crushes everything and it gives your salad a very soggy texture, and we don't want that. Okay, my mom used to say you should never mince the parsley by running your knife over it like this, as this again can crush the parsley and give the salad different flavor and texture. Instead, really try to bunch it up and use your sharp knife and chop it as finely as you can, because you want to minimize the number of cuts you have to make, so try not to go over it again. And the last thing we have to chop is some fresh mint. And mint is a very delicate herb, so it's important to cut it properly. So start by stacking your mint leaves on top of each other like this. And now roll them into a tight log and use your sharp knife to slice it into strips. Now I know we're not cooking anything on the stove, but the aroma here from chopping all the vegetables and herbs, the parsley and mint, is just priceless. But now it is time for dressing. The Tabouli dressing actually is very simple. It's basically a combination of freshly squeezed lemon, extra virgin olive oil, and some salt and pepper. Now if you get here and you prep all the ingredients, if you're not serving this right now, I would just cover it up and pop it in the fridge. It will stay fresh up to like 2 to 3 days, and right before you're going to serve it, just take it out of the fridge and toss it in with the dressing. But we are serving this baby right now, so I'm going to mix my dressing. Here I have some freshly squeezed lemon, and to it I'm going to add some olive oil, some salt, and black pepper, just to close it up and shake it. Alright, now all that's left is to dress this gorgeous tabouli. So I'm going to pour my dressing right over it. And now I'm just going to toss it. And when you toss, you want to toss gently but thoroughly. You really want every bite to be coated with that beautiful lemony and olive oil dressing. So toss it well until it's all combined. This tabouli is loaded with freshness, and I am so ready for it. So we're going to do a taste test. I got my dish right here, and I'm going to serve myself a little bit. And this salad is really perfect. If you love bright, herbaceous flavors, you're going to really like this salad. You can pack it up for a picnic or serve it as a side dish. No matter how you serve it, it's going to be a hit. All right, here we go. If I had to describe this salad with just one word, it would be fresh. I mean, oh my goodness, you got that lemony, zesty dressing, you get that flavorful, juicy tomatoes, the crisp parsley, and at the end you get hit by that cooling mint notes. It is absolutely delicious. If you want to impress your friends and family, please make them this one. It is an absolute hit every time I make it, and it is addicting too. That's why I grabbed my bowl, because I have to finish this, because once you start you really can't stop. But you guys can check out the description box below for the written recipe. I really hope that you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you try out this recipe. But that's all I got for you guys today. Like I said, I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please thumbs it up, consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.